Welcome back to Vina, the channel that breaks down the biggest questions you're too afraid to ask. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Maya. And Chloe, today we are tackling the big one, the question that haunts every single person's brunch conversation the minute they turn 30. My friend just texted me this morning, I'm pre-approved for a mortgage and now I'm too scared to look. Is this a mistake?
Ugh, the pre-approval panic. I know it well. It's that massive financial fork in the road, isn't it? Is it smarter to keep renting, or is it finally time to buy a house?
Exactly, because in your 20s, renting is a given. It's freedom, it's what you do. But in your 30s, the pressure is real. Your parents are asking, your friends are posting, we did a thing on Instagram with a set of keys. You start to wonder, am I just lighting my money on fire every month?
See, I'm glad you said that, lighting money on fire, because that's the core of the pro-buying argument. When you pay rent, that $2,000 a month, it's gone. Poof, you are paying 100% interest. You're paying your landlord's mortgage. When you pay your own mortgage, a piece of that payment is building equity. It's a forced savings account. You are, in effect, paying yourself.
A forced savings account? Or is it a 30-year financial prison sentence? Look, I'm firmly team rent on this, and here's my primary argument: flexibility. In our 30s, our lives are still so fluid. What if I get a dream job offer in a different city? What if I meet someone and we want to move in together? If I rent, I pack my bags, maybe I pay a small fee to break my lease. If you own, you are stuck. You have to become a reluctant landlord or go through the absolute nightmare of selling.
Nightmare of selling? Maya, that's called an investment. Ideally, you sell for a profit. You're building wealth. And let's talk about stability. I want to paint a wall bright, obnoxious yellow if I feel like it, without begging a landlord for permission. I want to adopt a second dog without signing a pet addendum. More importantly, I want to know that my rent, my mortgage, is fixed for 30 years. You, my friend, are one rent hike away from being priced out of your own neighborhood.
Okay, the rent hike argument is the only thing that gives me pause. That's the scary part of renting. But you know what's scarier? The hidden costs of owning. People only look at the mortgage payment. They forget PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And property taxes always go up. And what about the HOA fees that can randomly double?
Okay, but those are predictable expenses.
Are they? What about the water heater exploding on a holiday weekend? The roof leaking, the air conditioning dying in the middle of July? That's not a $200 fix, Chloe. That's a $10,000 welcome to home ownership slap in the face. When I rent, my monthly cost is my maximum cost. When you own, your mortgage is your minimum cost. You are on the hook for everything.
That's just called responsibility, Maya. That's part of being an adult. You set aside a maintenance budget. Experts say 1% of the home's value per year. It's not that complicated. For me, the feeling of home is knowing it's mine. I'm putting down roots. I want to know my neighbors. I want to plant a tree in the backyard and watch it grow. I'm not just a temporary resident passing through.
See, I think the American dream of the white picket fence is just an outdated marketing slogan. You say roots, I hear anchor, a very, very heavy anchor. I don't want all my net worth tied up in one single illiquid asset. Do you know how hard it is to get your money out of a house?
It's called a home equity line of credit, or you sell it.
Right, but what if I'd rather take that $50,000 you used for a down payment and put it in the S&P 500? Historically, that's given a 10% annual return without me having to fix a toilet at 2 a.m. or mow a lawn every Saturday. I'm building wealth, and I can sell my stocks with a click of a button.
But you're missing the leverage. You put 20% down, but you get 100% of the appreciation. If you buy a $400,000 house and it goes up 5%, that's a $20,000 gain on your $80,000 investment. That's a 25% return. You can't live in your stock portfolio. A house is an asset that provides utility. You're living in your investment.
And you're forgetting the emotional drain. You know what ruins psychological security? Being house poor. That's what happens to so many people in our generation. They scrape together every last dime for the down payment and closing costs, they buy the house, and then they're terrified. They can't afford to go on vacation, they can't afford to go out to dinner, they can't quit a job they hate because they have to make that mortgage payment. They are slaves to the house beast.
That's a planning problem, not a house problem. You just buy less house than you're approved for.
I'd rather rent a smaller, affordable place and actually live my life. The flexibility to travel, to invest in my business, to pivot my career, that is my security, not a pile of bricks. Plus, let's be real about this market. People are buying at the absolute peak with interest rates that are terrifying. That's a recipe for being underwater in 5 years.
Okay, I see we are not going to solve this today. It really is the biggest financial and emotional question of this decade of our lives. I think the buy argument is about the long-term game. It's about building a stable foundation and hedging against inflation.
And I think the rent argument is about living intelligently for the now. It's about being agile, liquid, and prioritizing experiences over assets. It's a different and I think more modern way to define wealth.
So, what's the bottom line? It's deeply, deeply personal. You have to decide what you value more, stability and equity, or flexibility and liquidity.
And you have to run the numbers. Don't just listen to us or your parents. Use a rent versus buy calculator online. Factor in the hidden costs, factor in the current interest rates, and see how long you realistically plan to stay in one place.
We want to know what you think. Are you Team Chloe, building that equity?
Or are you Team Maya, living that flexible, anchor-free life? Let us know on all our socials. We'll be back next week to debate another one of life's biggest questions.